Hello, fantastic first grade scholars. This is Miss Hauser. I'm really sad that we couldn't be together in class today, but I hope that you are really enjoying your snow day and having some fun out in the snow. Because of the snow, we are going to do our lesson through this video. So, welcome to your lesson on our 3 handy helpers. Today, we will be learning about end punctuation. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to select the correct end punctuation that you should use when writing sentences. And the standard for our lesson today is from the Common Core State Standards. Use end punctuation for sentences. What is punctuation anyway? Punctuation is a big word that refers to a sign that we use in our writing to help the reader understand what we want to say. When we talk, we use our voices to show meaning, but when we write, punctuation helps us to add that meaning. Today, we will be focusing on end punctuation. End punctuation is what we use at the end of every sentence to help our reader know that our idea is finished. Depending on what punctuation we choose, it can change what the sentence means. Our 3 end punctuation marks are what I'm going to call our handy helpers because they help us to show our reader what we mean. They are the period, the question mark, and the exclamation point. Let's take a closer look. First, the period. The period looks like a big dot, but don't let it fool you. It's very important. It's the most common end punctuation, and it tells us that a sentence is finished. When you see one, you need to stop, take a breath, and then go on. You're going to use this at the end of your sentences almost all the time. The only time you wouldn't use it is if you read the sentence and it doesn't sound right, if it's not a normal everyday statement. Let's look at some other punctuation marks that you would use instead of a period. Our next punctuation mark is the question mark. A question mark is what you use at the end of a sentence when you're asking a question. That could be because you're confused or because you're looking for information. Sometimes a sentence contains a word that gives us a clue that it is a question. These words include who, what, when, where, why, and how. If you see any of these words at the beginning of a sentence, then you have a pretty good clue that that sentence should end in a question mark. One more thing to know about questions is that when we say a question aloud, our voice goes higher, and this can also be a clue for us that our sentence needs a question mark. Our next handy helper is the exclamation point. We use an exclamation point to show strong feelings. So this could be when we're really mad, or when we're excited or happy or any other strong emotion. So let's take a look at the steps that we need to use to find out the best handy helper for our sentence. First, we're going to read the sentence aloud, and then we're going to think about it. And think about how we would say the sentence to someone else, what expression we would use. And then we're going to decide which punctuation mark expresses the right meaning. I want you to take a quick look at the Handy Helpers checklist that your mom or dad printed off for you today. Hold on to that checklist as we continue this lesson. I want you to use it to help you remember each of these 3 steps. Now let's look at some examples. Number 1, Mom went to the store. This example ends in a period. It's just a normal, everyday statement. Number 2, can you come to my birthday party? Can you hear how my voice went up at the end of that sentence? That's because there's a question mark. Number 3, I love to read. Could you hear the strong feeling in my voice? I was really excited about reading. I could have chosen to put a period at the end of that sentence, but that would have changed the meaning. Instead, I chose an exclamation point because I am very excited about reading. Okay, let's do some examples. Number 1. Where is the park? We're going to follow our steps, so we're going to read it aloud. Where is the park? Then we're going to think about how we would say that to someone else. Where is the park? Then we're going to decide. I think that sentence needs a question mark at the end because it has a question word at the beginning and it sounds right when my voice goes up at the end of it. Here's our next example. I go to school every day. Read it aloud, think about it, and then decide. I think that this sentence needs a period because it's a normal everyday statement. It's not expressing excitement and it's not asking a question. Number 3. I am so excited for Halloween. Think about how you would say that to someone. Are you asking a question? Are you excited? Or do you just need a period? Let's look at the answers. Oh, we were right! Our first sentence ends in a question mark. Our second sentence ends in a period. And our third sentence ends in an exclamation point. Good job, boys and girls! Do you think you're ready to show me what you know? Here are our 3 sentences to add punctuation to. Don't forget to use your Handy Helpers checklist to remember our 3 steps: read, think, and decide. Pause the video while you work and then press play when you're ready to find out the answers. Okay, let's take a look at those answers. Reading is so fun! Yep, this sentence needs an exclamation point at the end because the speaker is showing strong feelings. They are really excited about reading. The park is over there. This is just a statement, so we have a period at the end. Do you go to school? This person is looking for information, so it needs a question mark at the end. So really quickly, let's review what we've learned. A period is what you're going to use most often in your writing, and it means that you come to a full stop. A question mark is used to end a question, and an exclamation point is used to show strong feelings. Now, I want you to use what you've learned to tell me. What did you do on your snow day today? Write at least 3 sentences on a piece of paper and draw me a picture. Remember to use correct end punctuation and make use of your 3 Handy Helpers checklist. Bring this to school with you tomorrow. I can't wait to read them. If you have extra time or you need more help, feel free to explore these links with your mom and dad. All right, scholars, I am so proud of all the learning that you've done today, and I really look forward to seeing all the end punctuation that you're going to use in your sentences. I'll see you tomorrow, but for now, let's go be awesome writers.